Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So, how are you today? So, hopefully, all of us are healthy and all of us are ready to proceed with our learning process. Okay, so today I want to share about some information related to advertising appeals. Yeah, most of you have already submitted the assignment, the proposal, marketing proposal, and today I think it's really important that you also understand what is it meant by advertising appeals. Okay, so some of you might curious what is actually advertising appeals. So it is actually an approach used to attract attention of the consumers, to attract the attentions of audiences, and it's not only to attract their attentions towards the ads, but also to influence their feelings towards certain products, services, or cause of action. Okay, advertising appeal can also be referred to something that moves audiences, something that moves people, speak to their wants, speak to their needs, and of course, excite their interests. So that is what it meant by advertising appeals. And of course, when it comes to the creative execution, it is actually a way that a particular appeal is turned into an advertising message presented to the consumer. Okay, we have several types of advertising appeals. Okay, so let me discuss the first one. So the first one is rational appeals. Some books might use informational appeals, or it is also used logical appeals. Okay, so when it comes to rational appeals, when you want to design your ads, when you want to produce an ads, you have to be very clear which appeals that you want to use to attract consumers, to attract audience attentions. So let's say, for example, if the products focus on special traits, certain characteristic of product or service that maybe you want to give more information about products, and I have to say that the product might be highly informative, so you might consider using informational appeal or logical appeals, okay, because you want to tell more information about the product. Okay, let's say for example, I'm giving you an examples of Dettol sanitizer. So let's say you are actually promoting information about Dettol sanitizer. So you tell how the product can kill up to 99% germs or bacteria. So, and you also telling the consumers that this product can actually protect from um, any other virus, for example, okay, that may hit your skin, all right? So that is actually some kind of information given to the consumer, all right? So you are actually using rational appeal. Okay, so how about the emotional appeal? All right. So first one, I've been telling you that there are several types of advertising appeals, which is the first one is rational or logical appeal. So now we move to the second one, emotional appeal. So how is it different? How emotional appeals differ from rational appeal? All right. So, okay, most of the time when when we listen to someone talking about emotions, talking about emotional appeals, and most of the time it is actually relate to our customer social or psychological needs for purchasing a product or service. Okay, so and of course we cannot deny that many consumers' motives for their purchase decisions are emotional, and their feelings about brand can be more important than the knowledge of its features or attributes. All right. So this is actually something that sparks the interest of consumers. Okay, let's say for example, because I have good feelings towards Dettol, so if there are any other brands that come, I would prefer to purchase Dettol brand because I feel that that brand is better than any other brands. Okay. Another example. So let's say, for example, if you watch a lot of ads, okay, if you watch a lot of ads, I think you can see the difference between emotional appeals, between rational appeals. Okay, uh, for example, an insurance company. Okay, so when you see insurance ads, they use a lot of emotional appeals in their ads. Okay, for example, so when they want to promote their insurance products, so they will actually demonstrate joy, they will actually demonstrate happiness, they will actually demonstrate certain feelings towards the product. Okay, so that is what we call as emotional appeals, right? And at the same time, they also use a combination of emotional appeals and also fear appeal. Okay, so for example, they actually show some kind of fear if you are not purchasing certain insurance products. Okay, so something might happen to your life and you can't do anything because you don't have insurance. That is actually fear appeal. Fear appeal is also part of the emotional appeal, and they're trying to play with our emotions towards the product or services, right? Okay, and then of course there are a lot of appeals, but I just want you to know main important appeals, and the third one is humor appeal. Sorry, humor appeal. Right. So this is actually really difficult to do because in the ads, sometimes even we do some jokes, but people are not laughing because they think that is not something that it's not something that we can laugh together. It's not a joke. Okay, it's not a joke. So that is why when it comes to humor appeal, um we try to not get into that kind of appeal because we have fear that our jokes might not attract our consumers and audience, right? So we prefer to stick to either informative or something that can evoke our clients, our consumers' emotions. Okay, so these three appeals are actually very common in advertising, and of course, there are other appeals that might be used. But for this course, I just want you to know the main advertising appeals. So let me recap once again. What are the appeals that are used? Most common that are used in ads. Like the first one is rational appeal, or some people might use in other books they might refer to informational appeals or also logical appeals. And then the second one is emotional appeal. So anything that trigger your emotions, and of course you are actually using emotional appeals to attract your audiences. And we also have fear appeal as part of emotional appeals, and also humor appeal, which is very least people or advertiser use this kind of appeal. So I hope that these types of appeals might support you in preparing your video, in also preparing your voiceover for your product and services. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Have a nice day.